Hi guys, welcome to the Craft Condo. I'm Katie and today we're going to do some crafting with cardboard. I love cardboard because you can do so many things with it, but today we're going to make a basket. What you're going to need is some old cereal boxes or graham cracker boxes or cracker boxes, any thin cardboard. You're going to need a stapler with staples in it, a ruler, pencil, make sure it's sharpened, an eraser. If your pencil has an eraser, great. If you don't, then a big one is always great as well. A pair of scissors and some circles, right? We're going to use these as a template to make the base of our basket. So if you want to make a big basket, find a big circle. Could be a paper plate, could be a dinner plate, something like that. Smaller, medium size, I got an old paint can or even an old CD. I also like using yogurt containers because you got a smaller circle on one side and a bigger circle on the other. So once you decide on how big you want your base, you're going to take that object and we're going to get started. For when you finish your basket, if you want to, you can use paint, acrylic or tempera or whatever you've got, paintbrush, and more cardboard for your palette. So I'm going to set those aside. Alright, and I'm going to use my old CD for the size of mine. Alright, we've already got some strips cut. We'll get to that in just a second. Alright, so when you pick out your cereal box, if you don't have a wide selection, that's okay, but if you've got a color choice, I think I'm going to go with green right now because I like green. Alright, we're going to find the edge. We're going to tear it open. Alright. So it is like that. I'm going to find a nice center area. I think I'm going to keep my basket kind of small. So right about here, I'm going to trace that circle. And that is the base of your basket. Alright, from here we're going to make the spokes, the sides that come up, and what you are going to be weaving through. You want to make sure you have an odd number, otherwise it doesn't weave quite properly. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be cutting these up anyways. Alright. So the next step is we're going to cut this out with our nice sharp scissors. Cut all the way down. Make sure you don't cut those spokes off. They're very important. Put our cardboard off to the side. Alright, so right now we've got the basket bottom and the sides. What we're going to do now is we're going to find about halfway down the middle. We're just going to cut down to the center. Okay, because we want these a little bit skinnier than they are right now. And this will give us more support as we weave the rest of the cardboard in and out. Now you're going to want to decide whether you want the color side out or the brown side out. If you want the color side out, then we're going to bend these up like this so that they are standing up and you've got the color. If you want the brown side out, you're just going to do the opposite. Just fold it so that the brown's sticking up and out like that. I think I'm going to do the color side. So we're going to keep those standing up. Alright, so now we've got those. We're going to cut our strips, and you can use the rest of the box that you already have, or grab another box as well. I'm going to show you with this second box how to make strips. So, I'm going to just cut off the little flaps. I'll just cut those off real quick. Alright. Now, for our strips, like this, we want to make sure that they're no fatter than 1/2 inch. So no bigger than 1/2 inch and no smaller than 1/4 inch. Alright, if they're too big, that makes it very difficult to weave in and out. If they're too small, then they might break. So I'm going to make 1/2 inch wide. So I'm going to measure and then come down to the other side and find them again. 1/2 inch here. Alright, you're going to take your ruler and put the lines there. Go. We're going to go ahead and just cut along those lines. If you have a cutting mat and a X-Acto blade, you can also use that to get straighter lines, but these don't have to be perfect. They can be as perfect or imperfect as you want to make them. And I'm going to set this aside and use it for another craft later. Alright, so we've got our skinny pieces of cardboard. You're going to find where they connect and go ahead and pull that apart. There we go. Alright, so because I'm keeping green side out because I want a nice green basket, we're going to take this side and I'm going to start it behind this one spoke. And I'm going to go ahead and staple that down so it stays in place. So now we're going to weave the cardboard. So it's behind this first one, goes over the next one, goes behind the one after that, and then over, and then behind. And we're going to bring it back forward so it's in front, and then behind, over. And once you get about halfway, you're going to want to put another staple in. That way it stays where you want it to be. There we go. Alright, we're going to go back behind, forward. And then we're going to end at the same spot that we started. I'm just going to tuck this end in and staple it to itself. Got one layer done. We're going to get the next one. And so we started behind for this first one. We're going to start over for the second one. So this one's for over, this one's behind. Go ahead and staple it right here. After you've done it a couple times, it'll start to get a little easier to remember, easier to do. Now, if your basket starts to get smaller and smaller at the top, that's okay, it looks cool. Or if it happens to get wider and wider, that's also alright. Your basket will be very unique. So once you get your basket as tall as you want it, to finish it off, what we're going to do is we're going to take the pieces of cardboard that are standing up. We're going to fold the ones that are behind right now. We're going to fold them out and forward. We're going to stick them under this one right here. That. And then you're going to cut off any of the excess cardboard like that. You're going to skip this guy because he's in front of it. So we're going to go behind again. And this guy forward, tuck under. Make sure it's all the way down. You're going to do that all the way around. All the guys are in the back. If your basket is taller and you've got multiple spots that you could weave through, then go ahead and do that. That way it's sturdier, stronger. So now we've got these guys that are still standing, and instead of going this way, we're going to tuck them in. So you're going to fold it over, tuck tuck it down. And you'll notice that some of them are a little long, so you're going to want to trim off that little excess bit. And just like you did with the front, you're going to tuck it in under one of those cross ones in the back. If at any point you realize there's a staple in the way, as long as it's not going to cause your basket to fall apart completely, you can definitely pull that staple out, because at this point everything is being held together very well by all of the other bands. We're going to do the last one. We're just going to tuck it in and we're done. So if you want to make it even more stable, you can go ahead and put staples here at the top of each of these. Doesn't need it, but if you want to, you can. And if you'd like to add a handle, make it into a basket, you can just use any of your extra pieces of cardboard and just staple those on, and you've got a nice little carry-on basket. Yeah, so I've got a lovely green and blue basket. If I want to, I might take my paint and paint the inside and the outside and use it for whatever I want.